Start streaming, goddammit! Am I gonna be able to stream at some point one day? And we are live! We have video feedback, I think. At least I think we do. Do we? Yes, we do! Yes, yes, yes. And like I said, sorry for the poor sound quality, but I'm recording this on the headphones. You'll have to deal with this, okay? You'll have to enjoy the poor sound quality. Um, cool stuff. Cool stuff I want to show you today is how to make freaking playlists. Like I'm creating this playlist of music for when I'm in my car and I have like all these tracks that I acquired um, in very uh, usual ways, you know. And now that I have these MP3 files acquired normally, um, I can create a playlist with them. But how do you do that on Linux? How do you create a playlist with them? That's what I'm explaining to you. So if you just start listening, shut up, start listening. I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna bring the chat over, just in case some people want to participate into this conversation that we're having about how to create these playlists on Linux. Very interesting stuff. By the way, that's my wallpaper. It always displays the date now. It's very cool. It's automatically generated. It is when I open the computer. So that is something cool. I created a lot of cool projects recently. There's a lot of other cool projects I want to work on, but also I have a full-time job right now, so I don't have a lot of time to work on these projects. I was supposed to be part-time, but they make me work 39 hours a week just to pretend I am part-time. But that is a discussion for another day, I think. Do I have people watching the stream? No, nobody watching the stream. Okay, let's go. Keep it up, keep it up. I hope the sound quality isn't too bad. I wish there was a way to denoise the quality of the sound before it gets processed by OBS, but I don't know if there's any. I don't want to play with plugins, so that's the sound you're gonna have. So deal with it. So yeah, I have this file called name of the directory where I have like all these folder. I have like a file which is the album cover which I made based on like an icon I found online. And if I edit it, I have like this thing on top. So that's important. It's the extension basically that just say which kind of file this is. Then we have like the information about like which artist this is and what logo to use for the album cover. And I can just yank that up and I'm gonna scroll down until I see a different artist. And I don't know who that artist is, so I'm just gonna try to figure it out. By the way, I already removed all the the sketch, the all the parts that are not music. Is that all Dr. Dre? Is that all from the Dre album? I don't know. When it's not written, it's hard to say. And I'm not an expert of all the songs that I download. I just listen to them. I'm not an expert, so I can't tell whose artist did that. So I'm just gonna listen to it, and hopefully I'm not gonna get demonetized. Ha! Kidding. I'm not even monetized. MPV, play that thing for me, please.
My jacuzzi over here talking about now. Spent that to Mo. Don't call me on the wrong jack. Don't call you on the wrong. No, just hang up and don't call back. Explode right after contact.
This sound like 50.
With me, I think I'm
This does still sound like weird 50, but still 50, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is assume it is, or play another track to figure it out. So let's play clap. Clap sound good. Clap, clap. Yeah, clap. .mp3. Yeah, that's 50. Okay, so I can work with that. Based on that, I don't need to change the information displayed until like this is all still 50. So I don't need Chameleonaire. Oh, maybe that was Chameleonaire. Ooh, You know what? I think I will have to Google that to know who wrote these songs. Like Baltimore, like that's not a common song name. So if I Google that, I should get the who wrote that song. It's 50 Cent, so it's still 50 Cent. I was right. I was right. Um, so hey, it's still coding stuff. I'm still coding stuff. It's not. I lost a viewer there, but maybe because of the poor sound quality. But at least if you leave because of something like that, like if you leave because of the sound quality, just tell me in the comment. Like write to me why you quit the video. Like I want to know. Did I do something wrong? Did I say something that offended you? I don't know in this day and age. In this day and age. Okay, so that's still 50. But is that all 50 until we get to Kabillionaire right here? That's good music, by the way. Like, if you're looking for music suggestion, let me suggest that you listen to this good music. Okay, so this should be all Kabillionaire from here on out. So, but I'm just gonna confirm that, um, like this song, for example, Can't Live With You, is that 50 or Chameleonaire? You see, you're discovering music and learning about coding and learning how to make playlists all at once in a single video, YouTube video. You need to watch this video because you're gonna learn so much. It's so educational. You're learning about music, you're learning about coding, you're learning about lyrics, you're learning about how to make playlists. It's great. I hope that my impression of Kermit the Frog did not make me lose any viewer that I didn't even have to begin with. I don't even know how Kermit the Frog sound like, to be honest. I never watched Sesame Streets more than that, so it's just my impression of people doing the impression. So sorry if it sounds bad. Ludicrous. So that's some Ludicrous. So you see, the problem I have right now is that apparently these tracks are not sorted by artists. They're sorted by alphabetically order. So there's not a problem here because they all start with 50 Cent. Thank you, 50 Cent, for starting your track with the numbers. I can all know that this is you, but you have some tracks that don't start with the numbers. So Baltimore, at least we know it's 50 Cent. So we can just type it. 50 Cent, Baltimore. But do they have like metadata? I don't know. Can I like grab the metadata from that? Like they probably do. Like if I do file and I do clap.mp3, do I have like some information about the person who wrote the file? I don't, and that is when Google's gonna help me. Linux, get the author of song from file. How do I get the song name and artist from MPT, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh, I need a special program for that with ID, um, ID artist from album from this. I don't really want to use a custom software just for that. Dump audio metadata and track, blah blah blah. There's a bunch of tools to do that, but I don't want to download new tools, so don't know what I'm supposed to do. Tags and shell, like yeah, can I do that? Like FFmpeg, okay, FFmpeg I can get by. Like I already have all the FFmpeg. Like it's a useful tool to have. So metadata. So that's what we want. Let's try that. I probably already have it because the FF tools are useful. I don't see them as bloat on my system because you will use them a lot if you're wise. So all that I'm getting is the bitrate, the audio, blah blah blah. But it's not the metadata that I'm looking for. I'm looking for, you know, the artist, the guy that wrote the song. What about that? Can I do that? And can I get the author of the song like that? Okay, so it's hard to do to classify all these songs, and I don't want to do it manually. I want to do it automatically. So at least all the songs with Eminems, like I'm gonna sort them like that. I'm gonna take all the songs that start with Eminem, so I know these songs are from Eminem, and I'm gonna place them right after the song that I'm sure are from 50 Cent. So poof, Eminem, 50 Cent. And now I'm gonna copy this line right here, which is the information about the track, and I'm gonna paste that right here. And now what I can do is I keep the logo the same cover, track I keep the same, but now I'm just gonna change the rapper name with Eminem. Here you go. And the cool thing about that is that I will then be able to transfer that file onto my phone and have that play, because I'm using I should make a video about that, but I'm using Calyx. I hope I pronounced that properly. Calyx EOS on my phone, and yeah, still nobody watching this video because it's not interesting to see somebody sort his music, I guess. But see the result. Let me show you using the VLC Media Player. Written. Poof. It's not VLC. What is it? If it's not, it's VLC. Sorry, typo. There it is. You see, I have the logo. I have like an album stuff showed. And normally on different media player, it might also show the track name based on that. But like audio visualization, that might be fun. Spectrometer. Let's try that. Do I have that? Can I? Alright, that's cool. VLC, thank you. I like audio visualizers, they're fun. Scope, let's try scope. Spectrum. View meter. Oh, that's not the best one. 3D stuff. Nah, that ain't good. Okay, so the one that works best, I think it's almost the first one or the second one. Like spectrometer is good.
New York City.
So I do like that, but if I go back into the video and I go with instead of using the visualization, I can disable it, and I'm back to the album. But I would like to have like a program on my computer that is more similar to the one I have on my phone. Actually, what program do I have on my phone? Can I get that on my computer with a music player? What is it? App information. This application is just called music on my phone, so that's not helping. So if I try to Google like what music player is Calyx OS using, what is the name of the default music player in Calyx OS? Preferred music player, sound issue, getting started, but I just want to know the name of the music player, music app, because I want to see if I can use it on my actual computer. Music app, blah 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 blah. Music folder player, but I just want to know the name of the Calyx OS music player. So I'm gonna ask when you don't know, when you don't find the answer on Google, you can always ask GPT, your friend, and he's gonna tell you all that you need to know. But you already know that because, I mean, who doesn't? You know? Do I have people watching the video? No people watching the video? Okay. The default music player in Calyx OS is called Phonograph. Is Phonograph available on Ubuntu? Is Phonograph available on Ubuntu? It's primarily designed for Android and is not available as native application for Ubuntu on desktop operating systems. However, you might be able to find an alternative music player feature of Ubuntu, like such as Rhythmbox. You know what? Let's try Rhythmbox. We can try it. I don't mind. Like sudo apt install. I'm gonna remove it right after. Okay. I think it's a capitalized letter. The fact that it's capitalized is like capitalization in the terminal is always a pain in the butt. It is a pain in the buttocks. You don't want capitalization in your terminal. You want everything to be lowercase. Normally, I prefer the look of capitalized letter. So if I could have it so that everything is capitalized by default, everything would be perfect. Like no different case sensitivity, just everything is capitalized. And when I press a key, it's capitalized. When I look for something, it's capitalized. Everything should be capitalized. That's how things should be. Don't know why I did an accent there. I just wanted to, you know. I just felt like it. I felt like it, and I did it. It's just the way I talk. Deal with it. Okay. So now that I download the Rhythm Box thing, rhythm, rhythm. No, actually, what's how it's called? It's called the Rhythm Box. Do I have people watching? No people watching so far. No problem. You'll watch it later. You can watch it in post. Rhythm Box, and then I can like say, rhythm, the M3U. There you go. So that's our playlist. I'm trying to open it directly with Rhythm Box, and it's asking me to give it a new name. For some reason, it's written. It already has a name. What do you mean? What do you mean? So what happens if I try to play music on this playlist? By unknown. Okay, so I don't have like the I don't see the album information. I don't see like at least I have like the full playlist got downloaded. But it doesn't extract what I expect it to do, so that is quite unfortunate. Track title, blah blah blah. But that's because the metadata of this song is within the file itself. So can I change the metadata of the song? I don't need to actually. I don't care. I just at some point okay. So I just installed the Rhythm Box application. I'm just gonna remove it because I no longer need it. Remove. I just wanted to test it, see what it looks like. I already know what it looks like, but I wanted to see if it had the feature that I was looking for, which is to display the same information that I see on my phone when I play music. Is that so hard to do? Is that so hard to do? I don't know. So it's sorted by alphabetical order. So I have my Eminem song right here. Should I capitalize everything? Like, is 50 Cent capitalized? No. Okay, so it's not gonna be fully capitalized for all the title, all the name of all the people that I listen to. You tell me if I speak too quick in the chat, please. By the way, I'm gonna make the chat way smaller because now you're taking too much space on my screen. I don't have multiple screens. I cannot put the chat on a different screen. I'm on a laptop. I'm on a laptop like real hacker, you know. Real programmer use laptop because it is useful. Right now I am coding into my, it's called living room. You know the place where you watch TV? The TV room? I don't know in English how it's called, that room. The room where people watch TV. How is it called? How do you call that? You call that what? The room, the TV room, the saloon. In French, it's a salon. It's a saloon, but it's mean the same in English. It's confusing. It is very confusing the way that names are stuff called. Dr. Dre. I could call it DD, you know, for Dr. Dre, but nobody does that, so I'm not gonna do that. You know, it's like Doctor, but with an E. Haha, very original name. So now that's all Dr. Dre stuff. What else do I have? I have some Chameleonaire right here. That at least I know it's Chameleonaire. So at least I know that. I know that. I know that. Yes, I do know that. Sorry for the poor sound quality. That's the reason why it doesn't sound good, not because I don't know how to sing. Chameleonaire. I don't know if people will watch this video. Maybe the sound is too bad, so people won't watch it because of that. Do I have other artists here that I know of? Like, is that from the game? Is that why it's called Game something? Or is that part of the title of the song? What Ludacris. That is another artist that I listen to. So I'm just gonna take all that and I'm gonna create a category for all the ludicrous stuff. And I need to remove all the intro. Like all the intro, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Everything that has intro into it, I don't want it. So I'm gonna remove it. I'm doing that for like manually doing that is kind of dumb. You could probably automate that process by the way you import file into this. Don't do shit manually. This is way too manual effort. Don't do that manually. You automate as much as you can. Why am I not automating this? Because I wanted to show you. You know, I wanted to show you the process. You wanted to show you the concept of creating playlists on Linux. Do I have other artists here that I recognize that I could put in their own category? Because all of this is probably gonna be into a category I'm gonna call unknown. All the skit, I still have some skit in there, and I don't like skit. Skit annoy me so much. I don't like them because they don't have music in them. So if I do MPV, all skit, like capitalized or uncapitalized, I don't care. So, but whatever. Skit first, like that. Let's try that.
Download com.
See, skit are not music.
Download the
how
song
much do I
for
have?
free.
So I have skit right here that play a single one.
And now, brothers and sisters,
Girl,
See, none of that's interesting. Is that a song?
Well, look at a good car, girl. Make sure he can take you a fucker.
y'all ready
See,
to
that's
get
not a
nasty?
song. None of this is a song.
Yes.
And now,
Okay, so you see all the skit I hate. So I'm gonna remove that immediately by doing this. Skit! Remove that shit. I don't wanna. No skit, none at all. And I'm gonna do the same for the intro. But let's just listen to the intro first to see, like, do we have some good stuff in there? Maybe I wanna keep some of them. I don't know. See, those are just intro. Who needs that?
Depends entirely
I mean,
upon
this
your
one's
ability to play the game.
So some of them aren't bad, but it's not music I want to listen. You know, I don't want to listen to that. So I'm just gonna remove all that. And what happened if I hope there isn't a real song that has intro in the name. Like that would fuck me up. I would just lose it. I hope it ain't a good song if I do lose it. But that's basically the concept of it. So do I have an MPV intro without capitalization? I don't even have a track that has intro like this, so I don't need to remove it because it doesn't exist. But now that I did remove them from here, I need to remove them from the playlist. So I should have done that before I started making the playlist, but I forgot. So replace with, no, I don't want to replace. I just give me the line. Okay. Okay. Don't want that. 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 There's so many of them. So many skit. So many skit. This ain't music. None of that. Maybe some of them are. I don't know. I'm just deleting all the skit. I'ma skip the skit. You know? Skip that shit. Who wants that? And now I'm gonna look for intro. And do the same. Warning intro. Don't need that. That's an intro? Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need. Don't need. Don't need that. Don't need. Don't need. And I'm good. No more intro. No more skip. Just music. For me to enjoy. So what other WAP artists do I have here? So this is Dre, I think still. So this is all Dre. So I don't know why it's called Ziploc. Is Ziploc another rapper? Why is his name before Dre? If it's from the Dre album, I don't know. That is weird. So I guess that's an artist. I guess Ziploc is an artist. Is Ziploc an artist? Ziploc artist rap? What? Don't Stop, Ziploc, and Dre? Is that a thing or is that just not a thing? Ziploc and Dre, Lolo Chronicle. So they did a song called Lolo. Did they do other music together? But I'm gonna assume Ziploc is an artist. Is there most of our like who's Ziploc? Am I like uncultured for not knowing who Ziploc is? So yeah, I'm just gonna put all that into the Dr. Dre category. Sorry, I'm just gonna put that with Dre. Okay, I'm just gonna do that, and after that, I'm gonna call all these other tracks uncategorized tracks. Doing cool stuff in the terminal. That's the title of this video, and I hope people aren't disappointed because I'm creating playlists. Playlists are cool, okay? It's cool. So that's Ludacris. So I don't want to put that with Ludacris. I'm just gonna put that up. And I could probably do a search and all that to look for other Dr. Dre song. It ain't that hard. I mean, I just have to do like this research dr dot. And I don't want to replace. I want to look for dr dot in there. So there's no Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg other than the first one here. No, actually, it found one. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, but that's an Eminem. Don't go into Eminem for that. So let's select again. There's a lot of stuff here that is not categorized, and I'm not sure I want to do it manually for all of it. But for now, let's just look for Eminem. It's not. Yeah, no, it's going over all the ones that I have in the file, but I'm not looking for those in the file. I just want to go within that selection. And I'm not sure I could do that. Maybe starting here. Like if I go here and I do like dr dot. See, so there's no Eminem, there's no Dr. Dre here. Those are just track title, I think. There's no artist name attached to any of them. I don't think so. Like there is some Eminem here by Eminem. So it's not true. There is some Eminem. It's just that when I do a search, it goes up for some reason, but I don't want it to go up. I want it to go down into the file. At least I'm just gonna put that with the other Eminem's songs. So poof, Eminem. Okay, but that's in the Dre album. I don't care. I don't care. Eminem. So all that Under the Influence from Eminem. Poof. I mean, I don't know why all the track of Eminem don't start with the Eminem name. I mean, I would change that, but if I do, it's not gonna read the track properly. Unless I change the name of the official file and then change the name of the thing. I don't know if I should create like a separate category for the Ziploc. I'm gonna do that anyway. So it's gonna be like Ziploc. And it's not even written properly most of the time. What am I supposed to do with that? Ziploc. Like that. And then he changed how he spells his name. Like, what are you doing? Why do you change your name spelling? Who does that? It's like if Dr. Dre decided like remove the E at the end of the Dre. You don't do that. You don't change your rapper name. You don't. And last, that's from 50 Cent, I think. Tonyo Explosion, 50 Cent is the future. I'm gonna take that, put that here because it is 50. And now I want to go into the top of that list, and I want to copy the Ludacris category and create a new. Like you could create a different cover for each of the artists. You could have a different cover, but I don't do that because I am lazy. Unknown. Unknown rapper or hip hop, or I could give it like a more specific name, but that's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. Now what I can do is transfer that to my phone using SSH, but I'm not gonna do that live because I don't want people to be able to steal my. But you know what? I can do that live. There is nothing preventing me from getting that that new readin file. I'm just gonna paste it cpd readin.mu into my home directory. That way it's easier to get by SSHing into my computer. So time for some SSH. Now listen up, here's a story about a little guy that live in the blue world. In the meantime, while I do this, because you can't see it because it's on my phone, let's go to the next topic, which is into my bin. I did a lot of new programs. I'm gonna talk about them. Actually, can I pause the stream without ending the stream? Can I just take a pause? Is there a break option, like enough? I'm just taking a break and I'll be back, or do I need to do that within the stream? Not a lot of people watching the stream, but it's been a while since I haven't streamed, so it makes sense that that the stream isn't doing so well. But it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. I'm just gonna. I can wait a little bit to see if people join, but I should probably put some warning or something. Like in the meantime, here's the art I made for like the cover album. Like I like this one. This one is like 3D. It has like this 3D effect. Let's make it bigger. So I like this one because it has like this 3D effect. It is very detailed. It is, but again, too much detail doesn't look good on a phone when you're like, it doesn't look good. Like this looks good, but it doesn't have like the line on top and below, which looks a bit weird. And same for this one, but this is the one I used at the end of the day. And this one looks very nice. I do like it. I would print that. I would totally print that on a sticker, like, and put that on my programs. And I want to use, like, that's another topic for a video. Compact flash disk. This is like a USB key, but cooler because you can put a sticker on it. Like, you know the image I just showed you? I print it, I put it on that. This is a cool storing device. Like, if you're gonna store your programs and stuff, like, it is very cool, but it is expensive. So that's why I'm not using this to store my programs and stuff, because it is too expensive. But if they were able to make that less expensive, that'd be cool. I like the fact that you see you have some space on it to write what it is. You don't have that with USB key. Nobody knows what's in a USB key because you cannot label USB key. It's too small. Like, this is the perfect format. I am completely agreeing with SanDisk when they created that. That is like the final form of format for storing stuff between computer and, like, computer storage should be done like this. This is, first of all, it's a flash drive, so it's gonna last longer, and it's quick, it's fast. It is quite fast as a technology. From what I know, you can even play a game from it, so it's quite fast. I don't know how complex of a game, but you can play some games on it. And at the end of the day, it's just a good format to store stuff. I think it's cool. If you had like a case to store it, like a single individual plastic case, like if you could store them individually, like these plastic case look very cool, but it's still too small. I would like a bigger case that can only hold a single one, so that you can, like, have a collection. You don't want a collection like this. Like, that's just taking space for no reason. Something bigger, but like that is, like, I like this concept. I like the concept of, like, storing USB inside of a single case that has space that you can label, you know. That is a cool concept. But again, all the USB key are a bit different, so it's hard to make a universal case for each of them, you know, unless you buy the USB with the case in this. But yeah, I do love this format. It looks cool. It's cool. It's just something cool. I was looking for ways to store my software, but And one of the idea I had was to put my programs into an RFID chip, but the memory it has is not enough. Like RFID memory, it cannot hold my software. At least I'm pretty sure it can't. I looked at the size of my software. Like tag typically store anywhere from 64 bits to 1 kilobyte. 1 kilobyte! That is not enough! That is not enough equivalent that can store more data? Does that exist? Tags basics. What is high memory? Is there a high memory RFID tags that can hold more? Like Gen 2 RFID tag, how much memory can they hold? Gen 2 RFID memory. Memory range from 32 bits to over 64K. 64K, like how much memory is that? Like there's a layout. Like I'm just looking for a quick way to store my software. You know, a good, cool way. I don't want to have to go back to cassette player. Cassette storage is also a solution. Memory, like it's not that much. We're talking about still kilobytes, but it's still more than RFID. So this is superior, like as a storage method to RFID. So that's cool. You know, some of these just look cool. Some of these are just fun. I like how chunky they are, how thick the cassette player are. Like you can write on it. If I cannot write on the thing is too small. You know, if I cannot put it in a case and put that case within a case container, you know, I like this. I like this concept of like having my software sorted like this. I can just see the name. I think it looks cool. Like the the fact that you had like the cover and paper inside of the plastic thing just looked neat. Plastic square, rectangles, the stuff stored, stacked on top of each other. It just looks cool. I like that. It looks neat. I like that. That's cool. We don't see this nowadays. We don't have that with modern software because it's all in the computer and it takes more memory because it's all in the computer. You're not putting them on an external drive, you know. And even if you do, it's gonna all be in the same single drive. I don't like that process. There is some software that I want to be able to have within the computer, yes, but I also want software to be something that I can pick and plug into my computer. Like I want this software right now, and I can remove it. Like decentralization of the data on your computer is always safer. It's always safer than having all your software running in your computer at the same time. Like this is why the CubeOS is the best operating system when it comes to safety, because it decentralizes every process. Every process is its own thing, and decentralization is a concept that a lot of people have difficulty wrapping their mind around. But it's just saying that everything is in a separate environment. It's the logic within it, you know. So Cube is cool. I also have like the TempleOS. I want to try it more, but I don't have time, and I don't really need to anymore because I made tools to like all the stuff I thought were cool about TempleOS. I am trying to implement them into my Linux usage workflow. What time is it? 10:30. Okay. It's still soon. It's still soon in the day. I hope you're happy to find this video because I don't publish video as often as I used to. I'm making this new thing right now. It's a rice spam sandwich name. This is my new favorite recipe. It's called musubi. Spam musubi. Spam musubi is the best thing ever. It is just the best thing ever. What is musubi? Just musubi without spam. It is spam musubi. There is no not spam musubi. Musubi is musubi. This is what it is. That's the thing. That's what I'm cooking right now. That is my new favorite meal of this month, at least. I'm gonna cook that thing a lot because it is so easy, so efficient to cook this thing. It is so very good. You need to try very spam musubi. Very good. Look how it's dripping. Ooh, dripping with sauce. It looks good. Just look at it. I like sushi first of all, so it's not that far reach to say I like spam musubi. You need to try spam musubi. That is good food. Okay, so without further ado, let's do evil 1, 2, 3. There you go. I can select between them, and it is as easy as that. And if I just select one, let's say 2, it's gonna print 2. But what happens if I do, for example, hello world? Thanks. Hey, sup? I haven't seen you in a while. I know I got a job. I hate it. I hate it. It's so bad. It's so I'm underpaid and it's hell. And I'm not gonna go too in depth about that. But I'm just working in a grocery store. I'm in a like cold place all day, placing bucks of milk. It's heavy. It's cold. And I was supposed to be part-time because I wanted to have time to work on my project. And I'm doing 39 hours a week. It's almost full-time, minus 1 hour. I hate it. Sorry for the poor sound quality. I don't know if you noticed. But the reason why the sound is so bad is because I haven't plugged a mic. It's because I'm using my headphones. But today I'm supposed to apply at another job because I want to quit this job. But it's never a good thing to just leave a job. You need to find another job before you quit the previous job. And this is why slavery is still a thing, because you're still stuck. You feel trapped. I think like you shouldn't ever feel obligated that much to be somewhere you don't want to be, to do something you don't want to do. It is almost like, I'm not gonna say the word, but it feels forceful. It feels like a prison. So I did not hear, where are you working? In a grocery store, at a Canadian grocery store called Metro Plus. And I place milk curtains, milk box on top of each other in a cold warehouse where it's refrigerated. And it is very physical. It is very demanding, and it is not paying. It is paying minimum wage, which in Canada, specifically in Quebec, it is the we have the smallest minimum wage in all the country, and not only that, we have 2 taxes, so we get taxed twice. And not only do we take, the tax we pay is not just like once a year. It's every time we do something, we have a tax for that. We get taxed everywhere. Like when we buy something, we get taxed. When we sell something, we get taxed. When we give something, we get taxed. When we receive something, we get taxed. Taxes everywhere. There is not success. Without fear, it is not. I know, but you know what? There is good in that, because it will make me appreciate everything that comes after that. Because I am going to do, at the end of summer, formation. I want to go study to teach programming. I already know the stuff, but I don't have the paper. So I'm gonna listen to somebody talk, explain me stuff I already know for a while, and get a paper to tell people stuff that I already knew, you know? It's how it works. You don't have the paper, you don't get the job. You cannot teach if you don't have the paper. Even if you have the knowledge, you need to prove that you have the knowledge, and to prove that you have the knowledge, you need to put the time. To put the time, you need to spend an entire year, and more than a year, proving to people that you know what you're talking about. It takes a year. That's the time it takes. You cannot cheat that. You cannot cheat the system. At least a year to prove you know something. It's the minimum. It's the minimum amount. And I'm taking the quickest route, and that's the quickest route because I know already the topic. If I did not know the topic, it might take longer. It might take shorter because I do really know that topic well. I'm going to study Linux, for God's sake. I do consider myself a Linux expert amongst the Linux expert. Like on YouTube, I think there's not that many. There's like maybe maximum 50 good Linux experts, and some of them are less good than me. Sorry, that's not a mic. That's because I'm eating Sour Patch Kid right now. But yeah, the mic quality. I still have a mic. It's just in the other room, and like my girlfriend has all her cosmetic stuff on on the desk, so I cannot place my computer there. That is the explanation. But you know, these headphones, I hate that they are like USB-C. My phone used to be have phones used to have the jack input for your headphones, and now they only have USB-C. I hate that. I hate that you need to have like you cannot charge your phone and listen to music at the same time unless you have another adapter, plug-in, whatever. Too much dongle. Yeah, it's been like I quit making video at the same time that I was about to reach 200 subscribers. That is, but yeah, that's how do we call it? That's a land post goal. I don't know, not a goal, but that's a step. Yes, it's definitely something I'm proud of. But at the same time, like I don't force myself to do content to gain subscriber. Like the content I make is not content that drives the more subscriber. I used to make like more, like I used to make content that would earn me more subscribers. I know what kind of content doesn't bring subscribers. Like video like the one I'm doing right now aren't the ones that are working, especially not with a bad microphone like this. Yeah, I know. It's to teach scripting. The thing is, I even though I would be good at teaching it, I don't think people are interested in. Like I do show my code. I do show how I code in a lot of my video, and these are the videos that perform the less well. Like if I go into my bin, like Evil is the last program I made. Is a very cool, very efficient program. See here, the way I handle now my print help function is there's no print help in the entire file. If I look at print help, not found. But because of this description stuff, if I do evil help, I have the print help. It's generated automatically. And if I look at the how I did that, like I can import that in all my script now and have a print help already made. I'm trying to make more tools like that. I'm trying to make tools that help me build tools. I'm making the tools that help you build the tool that help you build the tool. The more basic a tool is, the more you can build yourself tools that will help you script, the better you will be at scripting because it's already done, you know. This is why the flag script was one of my best scripts ever, if not the best script I ever built, most useful at least. And the evil script is very useful too. I will be able to use that in other program, other script. Like if I go into my Arendelle game that I'm making, I was using dialogue. Now I will be able to use evil instead of dialogue. It wasn't supposed to be called evil. It was supposed to be called menu. But at some point it just became evil. I don't know why. Don't know why. 10:40 a.m. Damn. It is morning for... Yeah, it is. It is. And I still feel like I'm wasting my day, you know? Oof, evil script. Yeah, I just, you know, it just landed there. Can you hack? I mean, hacking is just programming with ill intent. That's how I always seen hacking. When I was younger, I would make these quote-unquote viruses in batch batch script, not bash, batch. Um, you know, it's very easy to make a program that will break a computer. There's not really a challenge to do that. It's very easy to make a program that will steal the data from a computer. Like all the basic hacks that you can think of, the program itself is very easy to do on your own computer. You can make it, you can test it, it's gonna work. The real challenge, I think, in hacking and cybersecurity and all that is getting access to the device. Once you have access to the device, everybody's a hacker. Like that's the hard part. So in the question, can I hack? It always depends to how easy the access is to gain, how hard it is to gain access to something. Back in the days, there were like this this concept of an SQL injection, and it was basically if you knew how to code in SQL, which I do, you could go on pretty much any website and edit and access their database through any input fields. You were able to input SQL and modify their database. So that is a big flaw in a system. Like if you have like if back in the day you were having your bank account online and somebody would have found this, you would have been able to transfer all the money from your bank account to his bank account. So that is a big security breach. There is different type of hacks like this. There's a type of hacks that are Trojan horse, and there was one on Linux. There was one that happened on Linux. That is an event because it never happens. Normally, it's very rare that people can infiltrate Linux code. And it's Windows. Like it's the guy who found it. It was in the. I can just Google it because the Linux exploit backdoor. It's a story that a lot of Linux people talked about, even Windows people. Depending on like their position on Linux, they will tell you like, oh, you see, Linux is not that safe. There was a backdoor into it, but there is probably billions of backdoors like this in Windows, but you cannot know. There is no way to find out. Like that is the big difference. Can I get motivation from you? Motivation to do what? Like what are you trying to get motivated to do? Because I think motivation should not be something that we get externally. I think it's something that we should get internally. And if it's motivation to start scripting, it's gonna get fun. That's my best motivation I can give. To focus. My best, at least, it's not motivation. It's more an advice about how I focus. Divide stuff in smaller chunks. Like, let's go with an example of that. Let's take, for example, the flag script. If I look at it like I hope this is not gonna end the recording, but I'm gonna try to make it smaller so I can look at it like if I look at it like this, I cannot focus, I cannot concentrate. It's too much, I don't understand it, it's confusing, it's unreadable, it's breaking my brain. And like if you're completing, for example, math equation and you have a full exam to do with bunch of math equation, you cannot look at the entire sheet. That doesn't work for me, at least. I need to look at it like that's why my font is so big in my terminal. I don't want to see the whole picture. I just want to see the individual problem. So here you have like the section that prints the help. So that's the section that prints the help. So I can like break it down. But other than that, like I listen to music when I want to focus. Like that's my way of focusing. That's again more advice than motivation. Motivation is not something I think can be given, but advice to better focus, sure. other than listening to some music and dividing your stuff. Probably removing and deleting the all the useless distraction that you have. Mainly, like if you have, I am a distraction, but like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Like I recently installed on my phone. I was about to make a video on that at some point. An OS called Calyx OS. There's also I could have installed the Graphene OS. These were my options that I had for my phone, and these are more secure OS and more minimal open source OS. By the way, why aren't you at your job? Because today is I don't even have 2 days in a row of day off. I have a single day off, and then I work in the weekend. I work like 5 days a week. I wasn't supposed to do that. I wasn't offering that to the job, but they like forced me into that. And now if I resign, I'm the one who's at fault because of how the work system works. And it's annoying. It's just not the availability that I offered them. It's not my disponibility. I don't have the word for that in English. Availability. I think that's the best word. It's just not what I could offer them, and it's what they take in anyway. So, because it's on the schedule that they give me 39 hours a week, I have to do 39 hours a week. If I don't show up, I'm the one at fault. But that's on the contract, on the work contract. I said I wanted to do like 20 hours a week, around that, 25. Maybe I don't remember exactly the number I wrote, but probably 25. And I specified I don't want to do like more than 3 days in a row. And but I said I don't care about doing weekends. But now I kind of do because I don't see my girlfriend anymore. So I haven't, like when I offered that, I did not consider that. So yeah, it is. Do you at least get paid good? No, not good. Not good pay. Like I said, minimum wage is very bad where I am at. In fact, I am paid above the minimum wage, but not that much. I am like paid $17 dollar an hour, which is about the price of $2 of cereals in my country. So $2 of cereals an hour, or 2 pack of yogurt, or 2 in terms of milk, because that's what I place all day, 2 cartons of milk. Yep, 2 cartons of milk an hour. You're making $30 an hour, but is that American dollar or Canadian dollar? I don't think that's Canadian dollar because that's below the minimum wage in Canada. But yeah, okay. Sorry about it. Does it sound better if I make it like if I place it closer to my mouth, or does it sound better if I put it further away? Closer, further. Yeah. But that's probably the last video I'm gonna record with that mic. I need to buy myself better equipment. I already know what I want to buy. Like I want to buy a webcam. That's already on my wish list of stuff I need to buy. Let me just add that to my notes. To make sure buy good webcam. And the other thing I want to buy is buy good microphone. But I already have some. They're just further away. Like if I just walk, I can get probably at least a little bit of a better microphone. But I think it has its charm to have this bad microphone. When closer, it is better and clearer. Oh, okay. That's good to know. But yeah, I would need probably like a pin to hold it like this. Have you seen the Evil software? What it does? It is so cool. Have you seen it? Like Evil, like if I give it a file, for example, Evil, Let's try that. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. It's causing some issues. The issues are here with the these lines. Can you show? Yes, can you show yeah, that's the one, and I can control it with the arrow, and I have like multiple like pages of options. So I give it a full file. So that is the code of the like it is displaying its own code, but it is displaying it as a as an option, so I can pick any lines from it and display that line, which again is a very useful feature to have. But I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna evil look at there is the is menu. So the D flag. I'm just gonna specify this here because I don't have the description in my help for that. So this is disable selections. So if you just want to display text, for example. I don't know why D. I don't know. I don't remember why I should. Probably for disable or deselect, or I don't know. I don't remember. Dialogue. Yeah, just D for dialogue. Is that how you write dialogue? I don't know. I don't care. It's maybe not how you type dialogue. So now if I do evil H, I have like this option. D dialogue disabled selection. So, and now I can use like evil D F evil. So now the difference is I cannot control the selection. But the problem I see now is that by disabling the control, I disable the ability to change the page, which is not something I want. I want to be able to still be able to change the page, but just not select component. So if I look at where I am disabling the control, here I'm disabling the control for everything. But actually, the only thing I want to disable the control for are the up key and down key. So it is very specific, but a way to outsource it would probably be to create a function to move the selection, and from that function check, you know, like if it's enabled or not. But you know, there's the two ways of doing this are fine. I'm just gonna do what is, I think, quicker. But there is multiple ways to achieve what I'm doing. By the way, this is the arrow key, the symbol that you see here. Like these are the up arrow key, down arrow key, left arrow key, right arrow key. And it's very cool that you can read key press in Bash. It's something I learned very recently. This key press function is my pride and joy. It is like it should be its own thing. I want to create a utility that will allow you to handle key press in Bash easier at least. But for now, it does what it's supposed to do. So I have the selection here, and I can disable it like that and keep the other keys working. And now I also want to disable the selection with WASD key, but just for the WS, which are for up and down. And you know, you don't need to use the WASD key or the, you know, I will make them something that you can configure probably in an external file. Maybe I will create an evil RC file. That is something that I'm starting to implement in my code. RC files that allow you to configure code. For example, with the flag script, I made it so that you can create an RC file so that you can, for example, do flag ABC as a single argument and flag ABC as separate arguments. So do you concatenate the text or not? And now if I do evil df, I have a bug. Is menu equal true? Okay, so I cannot put if in here. And it kind of makes sense. I can understand that. So here what I need to do is create a function here that is function. I don't need to type function, you can just type the name. Selection. And I don't know if I can give it like, yeah, I can give it an argument. It will work like this. Dir equal, not dir, but direction. Direction 1. This is the first argument. And it can be up or down, I guess. So, you know, it doesn't work. Like, let me just rethink that. It would be change selection, but that's too long to type. Selection up, selection down as different stuff. But again, what I want to do first is verify if it is a menu. If it is a menu. S up for selection up. No. Yeah, let's do that. It's stupid. It's a long name for a function that will almost do nothing, that will almost be empty. But by doing it like this, I will be able to do some cool stuff. So selection up, paste that here. And now I no longer need this because I can use my function that I just created instead here. And I need to create selection down, of course, because the way I made it, like I would have liked to have a single function to handle up and down, but it's probably simpler that way. You know, sometimes writing more code will produce code that is simpler overall. Like you can reuse these functions more easily than if it was a single function. So selection up, selection down. And is it clearer what it does? Yes, it is. So I did make it clearer. Up and selection down. That way, if I do evil D at line, what was the line? 7, 8, I think. Nah, it wasn't it. Like 28. 28. Apparently there's an if statement that I don't need somewhere. That is, there is an excess if statement. Yeah, but I don't know where it is. What have I done with it? There's an if statement somewhere that I added. It's not here. It's not here. What? Yay. They tell me that this if statement is no longer needed or something. I haven't read the yeah, so did I delete an if that I actually needed somewhere? I would need to rewatch the video to figure out what I did wrong, but if, end of if, end of if end of if end of if, end of if, and if starts here and we go up to if end of if, and there is no if. I think that's, I get it. It was the if statement for the is menu, I think. So all this I can bring back, can delete this, and now it should work. And we're having some problem with section up. Is section up, move section. What? Selection up all at once. Where have I typed that? No, there's not. So we're having some issues with selection up and selection down. But I don't know what this issue is. So up and down should be working fine. I see no issue here. So, but when I pressed up, move section up. Section up is not doing what it is. Section up. error token is selection up. Selection. Okay, so what is going on? So I'm just gonna try a different variable name because something is not working fine. This is like normally I think that people who use camel case don't put a capital letter in the first letter stuff. So bash is case sensitive. So this is not the same as without using the capitalization. So I need to be very consistent with that. Section up to section down. Like I don't see why this wouldn't work. Okay, so what is going on? Echo error value line 124. 124. So if I do Control B 124, I will be able to see that. Okay, that's probably a typo. Okay, so now I cannot go up and down. And about going left, right. What is this error at the top? Line check if input is from a file. Just give me like 124 again? What? Check if input is from file. Like I don't get it. I don't see what ain't working. And that is the frustration of programming sometimes. Sometimes you try to do something and it doesn't do what you expect it to do. You change a small thing and it breaks everything. So I'm not getting why and how I'm adding the like why when I add 3 dots it adds spaces at the end here. First of all, the 3 dots should be earlier, that way it doesn't like that is just weird. That's just why it's adding so much spaces after the 3 dots. That is something I don't understand. Max length plus 3. So max length minus 3. So column divided by 2 minus 3. Is that not enough? Minus 6 maybe? I'm trying to fix the way when I wrap text, but I have more than one issue. Like when I change the section up, move section up, is still causing issue. And I have no idea why. Is menu equal true? Is menu is a global variable, so I shouldn't have issue accessing it. I still have one viewer, but see, fixing that bug is something, but I cannot spend too much time on that because, like I said, I have other stuff to do today. I have to apply for another job and call for my study stuff, but I'm just gonna try to fix this issue first because otherwise I'm gonna be annoyed. First of all, the max length minus 3 was working fine. That was not causing the because here we had 3 dots, so we adjust the longest line length plus 3. What happened if I did that instead? Like, still the same issue. Okay. I think that's because I'm changing it later. So I'm setting it somewhere, something that makes sense here, but then I'm probably changing it after it. Longest length, like, there you go. That's the reason why. If the title is longer than longest length, make it equal to title plus 2. but that doesn't apply. And if longest length is greater than max length, oh, that's the reason why. See, it's lesser than max length, you said. Now it's working fine. That was but now we still have this bug. I still need to fix this bug. What is it telling me? Oh, error broken is token is value error value too great for blah. So we have a value here that is too long, so it's causing an error. I don't know. Yeah, I know this. That was an issue that was easy to fix. And now, if I do file evil, I can not select because, haha, that's a hint. That is a hint. Selection is broken. That is a hint. And I think the reason that might be because selection, listen to this, selection might be a local variable inside of the key press selection. Like, let's just look for selection itself. Like, I have selection here, grab the cursor, okay, but where do I initialize the function? Oh, that's interesting. Like, do I actually need that? Section equals 0 actually, if you, well, like, does it work if I do this? But it's still gonna select the first element if I do it like that, so I don't like it. But did it fix the issue? Not even. We're still having the same issue. So selection is a challenge. Section up if menu equal true. So I don't even need the is menu stuff actually variable because I'm using the flag, so I could use the flag directly. But I'm gonna use is menu instead. Let's see, section is up, section is down. So I need to define selection somewhere. So let's define selection here. By default 0. Now if I go down and I look at the variable I have, still no mention of where selection gets initialized. So init page, that's where it gets initialized. And I could just put an if and say if menu is true. So there's two initialization here that happens. So I don't need to have that many initialization, I don't think. So if I just remove selection here and test it again. So now selection is still to 0. If is menu equal true, it's a menu, so no selection. But we are still getting a selection because we haven't set is menu to not have selection. Oh, my bad, to not have selection. So if I do that, no selection, we can change the page. We're getting a bug once in a while, but that's normal. That's normal. But the real issue here is that now with this new function, when I press up and down, it doesn't move the selection. So that's not what I want. See, I can now, like, if the selection was inside of a single, like all this, let's take that and put it inside of our function. And let's call that, for example, I don't know, cursor. Uh, Cursor. Let's do that. If blah blah blah, we do that. Otherwise, we don't care. We only care if there is reason to care. And now what we can do is do an if. That was my initial idea, but it's still stupid. I don't like it. It's dumb. Don't do stuff like that. Don't code like this. Like normally I code in a way that works. You know, I solve problems when I code. That is elif phi. Like I use elif instead of an other if statement because it is more efficient. That way, like even if I don't write anything, it's gonna do something. It's gonna interpret it as doing selection plus plus. So this is why it's good code, because I don't have to give it any of the stuff that it's expecting. I can just give it any value and it's going to do something. So this should work. If menu equal true, do this. And now I can remove that entirely and try something different. Cursor up, for example. Cursor up and cursor down, and I'm gonna do the same here. Cursor up, cursor down. Let's try it without selection. We're having an issue. And this is at Control B 67. So, well, yeah, it's just not on the right line. Easy fix. Now I'm confused. I forgot the then. If then, do that. So, here is up, section is up with it. So yeah, not working. So what happens if I remove the D and I treat it like as a normal file? What is going on? Yeah, I can't even read the error code properly. So that is annoying. What is going on? Cursor up, so let's call it, I don't know, S cursor, selection cursor. Maybe the other one was already taken. What happened? I don't know. The code looked good. I look at the code and I'm like, it's good. It should work. Can place that here and try. Maybe the cursor function already existed. I don't know. Is down. Token, error token, expression token, syntax errors and expression token. I might know what the issue is, but no, it's not. Like, is a selection, is a token. What? Why? What do you mean it's a token? Let's try that. Let's try something even more general. Else, there you go. And now I can do some like, and no, I'm gonna be even more wise than that. Look at this. Full brain power activated. Megamind. And now I can do something like that. I'm just trying to have this function work at this point. What is going on? So maybe, just maybe you're not supposed to put functions inside of that. Ah, that was so stupid. No, boy. Lol, I just found the reason why. Look at it. No. Ah, have you found the issue? Scripting job. If you scripting job and your scripting job. Thank you for the good luck. And yeah, problem fixed. We found the issue. It was right in front of us. It was like, you know, these brackets, they're there because earlier it was a mathematical equation. And like, ow. And since this is the mathematical equation, I need to bring them back here. Yeah, but I haven't given up. I found a solution. Like, this is how you do mathematics inside of Bash. You use those two quotes. Bye bye. Have a good day. But I hope you learned something. 2 quotes for math. And if you don't need the mathematics, you don't use them. That's it. That was the issue. That was the bug. Yeah. Bye bye.